got a birthday this week on the 2nd, who's not here this week.
He's doing St. Mary's,
And 1 year service for Em as well, so well done, you made it. Just positive recognition, so I think everyone will have the same opinion on this. The scores are looking exceptional out the back, so big thanks to Damien for all the effort he's done out there, cleaning up tight. Switching, I don't see this here this morning. Chris, I don't know much out on that. This is 5 days. Oh, is he?
Yeah.
So enable event from the previous week. So the guys had when closing some fuses, the surge arrests were failed, one pole down from the LS they were changing. I believe they dropped the feeder, but they obviously found the fault, sorted it out and got the power back on, which was good. While driving through the gate, the ground gave way, causing the truck to come into contact with a fence post. As a result, cracked the light of the EWP. So just be mindful there when we're going through gates. That's it for enable lines. So you want me to touch this quickly?
go through the boards and then I'll jump straight in.
Alright. So as we're all aware, so on the 19th of October, the Exec Committee endorsed the long proposal. Approval followed a 9-week consultation period held in parallel with the trial of fire-rated clothing to replace current short sleeves and overalls combined. To acknowledge that this is a significant change for many people who have been wearing short shirts for many years, feedback provided was important and was generally considered. As mentioned in the safety bulletin previously, the new long policy applies to SAPN and NF employees performing work outdoors, including trade work, scoping, designing, customer meetings and field visits. The intent of today's bulletin is to provide further information on implementation of the long policy. Leaders are required to review and discuss the following with the affected workers by the end of November. Arrangements are currently being finalised to ensure electrical workers and GSWs who assist live electrical work are sized by our clothing supplier between December and February. Your depot will be advised of the date and time in the near future. General workers who do not perform electrical work can continue to wear their current long non-flame retardant PPE clothing, PPC clothing. These workers can select the non-FR range to replace their current shorts and short sleeve allocations. So previous information and regular updates regarding PPC can be found on the hub. If workers have additional queries, please raise them with your leader and send them to the email address listed there, and response will be provided. I believe there's also a big list of frequently asked questions, which we will be going through at some stage.
We're not going to go through the frequently asked questions, but if there is questions, we can go to them to try and find the answer. Otherwise, they are available on the hub, and we're going to stick some sets up on the counter there, so we can print off some more. So if you want them, they're available, they are on the hub.
I think it's quite a list, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right, yeah. So if you do have questions that are outside of that, go to Retsy, and then you can fire them off into the email, and get a response, and they'll get added to the frequently asked questions as well. So what I'll do is just go through this pack that's hopefully answered everything that everyone's got anyway. So the ELT endorsed this long policy back on the 19th of October. I'm not going to read through some complete detail. So it was an extensive consultation with affected employees, and it was communicated by safety bulletin on the 19th of November. So longs, like all that powder works and editing employees, performing work outdoors. This includes trade work, scoping, designing, customer meetings, field visits. All electrical workers and GSWs who assist in live electrical work will be required to wear fire retardant PPC, and that can include overalls. So just for our group, that is in place. We'll be the only one that won't be in FR clothing. So Nick, Chris, Greenie, because they're on the range, they're working on livestock, and customer labels, working on electrical. So the rollout of the new FR PPC will occur in a stage manager in 2024 as it takes time to suppliers to obtain stock. Sizing for the new FR PPC will begin December. For us, it's going to be on our safety meeting, December 22nd. We'll have South Bend here with every single bit of clothing that's now available, and people can just filter through and try stuff on to get the correct sizes. Don't worry about the schedule because we're doing that in December. orders for the new FRPPC will occur after sizing. So as you order, as you size up, you put your order in. Non-electrical workers, so this is pretty much just you, Damien. You can continue to order your long from the current non-FR range. So that stays the same, other than the fact that shorts and short sleeves will be removed from it. Once you receive the new long stuff, the expectation is that they're worn. Leaders are required to support the sizing rollout and ensure that all employees are respectful and maintain appropriate behaviours. There is a directive being worked on at the moment to outline the requirements of this. And then they'll have a review approximately 12 months after implementation to ensure we continue to provide the best PPC available. A sustainable uniform destruction process will be used to dispose of the old PPC. So I've got a link if anyone's interested, but we're going to have bins at the depots to bring the old stuff back in to recycle. It goes off to Victoria, I believe, and they make some sort of textures out of it, so it's not just getting wasted. So in regards to allocation for electrical workers, so 5 FR shirts, 4 FR pants, 2 FR jumpers and a belt. The belts that we currently use are okay to wear. There is a fire retardant belt that's also been trialled and available, but feedback's not great on it, so they are looking into others. But the current belt is okay to be worn. So. I guess that comment's around the fact that shirts need to be tucked into this clothes just to cover all shirts that are made fucking. So this is just a bit of an outline of the clothes that are coming. It's got a bit more idea about this, so you might be able to ask him any questions on the clothes specifically if you want. So there's male or female, there's unisex, there's jumpers, and there's a couple of different pants.
Harry, I think
I won't spend too much time on these unless anyone's got any specific questions. This is what the new clothing order form will look like. It'll be split, so there will be an FR order form and a non-FR, so there's no confusion on what you can and can't order. Helps Julia as well, so you're not flicking from different sheets.
It is important that everyone in the South End go through, because don't go off your previous sizing and stuff. Sizing is like shit from your previous ones.
Actually, definitely important to get sized up. That's just continue. So non-electrical workers who are currently wearing shorts and short sleeve clothing must now order long non-FR PPC to replace their shorts and short sleeve clothing. So that can occur as soon as possible. So yeah, so for you, Damien, if you've got shorts or short sleeves, you just need to order your allocation up to swap them out. You don't expect you to be able to wear long straight away because you need to replace whatever shorts you've got. So as I mentioned before, this doesn't change other than the fact that shorts and short sleeves are removed. But yeah, vests are still available. They're the mental health first aid shirts. So they're looking into that. They're not currently available in their farm, but they are looking into it. So yeah, they're an option for some anyone who's mental health first aid and yeah, that's okay. It's a long sleeve shirt. As long as you're not wearing the best so like I said, there is a frequently asked questions page. We'll dump people over there if you've got any questions. If you've got anything really burning now and you want me to try and talk through it, I can. Otherwise we'll move on.
Is there a plan for change rooms here?
I think there is something happening, yeah. There's someone out here looking from 6 months ago, so I didn't even know they were coming out. It's strange, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
Last time I was there, just go to the boardroom and the guys obviously don't have a change room. Nothing happened before. We had the whole demo come through.
the plan will be to set up a room or two, depending on how we get going, but don't, yeah, that needs to be out.
Yeah.
So they're not going to stay in the week and you can Yeah, we can't get changes overnight, unfortunately. But, yeah, 22nd December, I'd say it's quite Contractors, they're going through a consultation process at the moment, so they're all going to have to do long longs. This policy is about long longs. The fire retardant bit's just an additional piece, so we get it. So we don't expect people with long longs to chuck over them over the top. So depending on the contractor, they'll have to 100% be long longs, but I think they all are. I think Electro's the only other contractor that can do all the shorts for shirts. Any other questions? Alright, you got Toolbox up, or do you want to go through the other bits?
Finish Toolbox off.
Just got some more information on some DFs that's been added to some JSWPs. So the condition of single-phase switches may deteriorate subject to operational and environmental impacts. This obviously contributes to DFs failing. So in addition to the original switches, there is 2 being added to the list for the history of failure. One is the brown pin type DF bases, which are made in New Zealand, so the ones with 4 ribs that are quite spread out. They've been added to the list, and also the long pivot type, which the blade pivots from the base of the DF, which obviously they're longer than the standard one. So light blue and brown both. So any of those that you see out in the field, carry out your assessment list that you've got to do before you do it. Most of these should be picked up during scoping, so yeah, that's it.
Just on that, because that was, I'll just get a photo up. Because the major change we spoke about is we can't operate the long pivot DF bases without spraying. Obviously, we're not trained to spray yet, that's going to be organised. But just so everyone knows what the long pivot DF bases are, they are these ones here, where the bottom of the blade pivots from the bottom of the fuse base. And normally they pivot up the top here. So obviously, opening that's going to increase the force by leverage air on that DF base. So that's why the decision was made that they've got to be sprayed. They're quite rare from speaking to people across Sutton, but they are out there. So yeah, keep that in mind. Can't operate those ones. It's all in the JSWP now, which is what that bulletin is about.
We've got 2 safety alerts. First one's a worker that was impacted by a vehicle. So they were pedestrian crossing down near Keswick, and they've just gone out thinking the car's seen them, and the car's made impact with the worker's leg. They're able to use their arms, push against the vehicle, protect themselves a bit, but they've still been struck in the hip and the leg. Didn't sustain any medical treatments or require anything like that, but they did activate the traumatic event procedure initiated by their leader just to support the worker through the event. So the driver did drive off as well. They didn't stick around to see how he was. She doesn't say. And just some learning points: don't assume third-party vehicles, give the right ways to pedestrians, gain the attention before crossing, be aware of your surroundings. Right, people aren't paying attention. Just because you're in bright orange doesn't mean shit. Safety alert, hand laceration. So a TSW mechanic was disassembling a hydraulic cylinder at the Fleet Workshop while using a sealed hip hand tool to remove a pressure seal. The tool slipped and struck within their right arm, causing a laceration. They sought medical treatment and got 2 stitches. Some of the findings, so they've got here, it doesn't look like they were wearing gloves, but they've said that they can't wear gloves because they get greasy and slip anyway with the tools, but pretty much they just want people to take a better look at themselves, avoiding the line of fire hazards. So before you start something like that, just make sure you position yourself in the right spot so you're not mainly us with knives, using stuff like that. I think it's worked out, but yeah, do it away from the body so you don't hit yourself. That's it.
I've got a fire danger risk assessment, the digitised option. So it's been predicted this summer will be hot due to the El Nino weather pattern. This combination predicted to increase bushfire risk in Australia, and it's sadly been experienced already in New South Wales and Queensland. It's hard to sort of get across now, it's just now rain, but as per the catastrophic and extreme fire danger rating directive, during elevated, extreme and catastrophic forecast or verified conditions, only essential work travel can be undertaken. This must be underpinned by a fire danger risk assessment, FDRA. This is to be completed in consultation with leaders prior to commencement of travel and work. The SAPR Network's office teams and eminent workers who are required to travel work under these conditions, the FDRA can now be accessed digitally. So I'll pass that around and show you how to get it. Might be easy. So you just go to your work profile, look up fire danger risk assessment app, complete the assessment. Pass it around and have a look. It's pretty straightforward. Given the challenges experienced across field services with the current number of applications, it's been decided not to launch a digitised FDRA version to these teams at this time. Work is underway to integrate the digitised option into existing systems to make the experience for operation teams seamless. So key points, SFR Network's office teams and event workers can now access the complete FDRA digitally via the Power apps. Field services senior leaders are committed to simplifying the number of systems teams are required to use. Given this, the app will not be launched across operations that are successfully integrated with these system platforms. The paper-based FDRAs are still available to use should there be any issues accessing the digital version. All SAPR Network teams across field services will continue to use FDRAs available via supply pads. So as long as everyone's got the pads and can access the app, we should be alright.
Just quickly on that, because I was involved in developing that app, and I do plan to show everyone at some stage when we get some time. So it doesn't change, the paper's still available as Timothy said. But if you want to use it and you've got any questions, come and see me because I'm well versed in how to use it. And it is quite good. Much easier than trying to fill out a form, especially if you're not in the depot. So
Is it an app or is it even an app?
it's an app, but it's inside Power App, same place you find your license, yeah.
Yeah, what does it say that? Does it?
That's handy.
Just to finish off, so our two newest recruits are due to start in January, so part of the electrical to Powerline program, so Lucas and Jake, so they'll be here in January. Good night, those new faces. General depot, so the culture server, so communications scored low, just like everything else. Just low for us, like everywhere else. Yep. Posters around the office and depot to complete a survey by using the QR code. So we've got some posters up already, Sam. So have a walk around, find the QR code and fill out the survey to get some feedback. That'd be great. The next topic up for discussion is teamwork. So please take some notes during the week so we can have a bit of chat about it next week on our breakup day. Well, not breakup, but our Thursday. Oh, and we're going to have barbecue breakfast on the Thursday morning as well. So don't eat in the morning. Looking for volunteers to help cook as well. So anyone that wants to come in, come in. Couple apprentices, how's it going? Workplace inspections, guys, get them done. They need to be sorted out ASAP. So we're going to ask everyone to complete them this morning before we head out anywhere, alright? So we're going to get some lists up, make sure we complete them, alright? So as per info from payroll, leave requests must be entered around RDOs. So don't enter one big block across RDOs or causes collision mixtures that can prevent further timesheet entries. So one RDO per day. Is that right, Julia? Is that what I was getting at? Around the RDO, right. Cool. Social Club Christmas show too, guys. Any latecomers that want to put the name down, please come see me. I'll be working here, getting all booked in this week. So thanks everyone that has put the names down already. It's going to be a good night, good day and night. That's it. Any general one?
Oh, we're going to go through this thing as well.
Yeah. Any from you guys that you want to?
How much more needs some PPE?
Yeah, that should have been in there.
No, because we didn't have it fitted out until today. So you said don't do it until it's all fitted out.
We'll fit it out.
All right. Well, yeah.
I'll just touch on that. So it's a good segue into this, or out of this anyway. We had some feedback of people that didn't like the idea that come up here and sign out PPE over there. So we've moved the PPE out into the store. Same process suppliers, still write your name, still say the taking, still say how many, so we can order it. Damien's going to manage that, but yeah, just do the right thing. Don't take more than you need, because you know, if stuff starts flying off the shelf, and we force straight back aside, which you don't want to do. So we want to make it accessible to everyone, but just make sure everyone's the right thing, right? I'll let you speak about where you put it, Damien, so I'm not even sure, but he's set up a new cabinet out there. So
See the black cabinet, walk in the cave on the left. There's a bit more there where you sign stuff out. If you notice something's got, you have to take a lot of something and slow, let me know. I'll check it periodically anyway. I want to say thanks for the positive feedback, really appreciate that. I've really noticed the returns are going in the cage, not just getting dumped everywhere, so thanks very much for that, that makes a huge difference. And just one thing, if you can put timber in the very back bin, I don't know if everyone knows, but any timbers can go in like green little fencing bin right at the back, and they have to go in the green waste.
okay. Alright, so now we're just going to go through it. Edmund PPE Toolbox talk, so get as interactive as you want with this. We've got questions on the way through. I think there's parts of this that we're going to ask the group questions. It is quite wordy, so I'll just put that out there. Myself and Nat are going to go through slide by slide. So I'll start. So Edmund employees, contractors and visitors may be subject to a range of hazards including electricity, dust, noise, asbestos, UV radiation and physical dangers to the hands, feet and eyes. Minimum PPE requirements have been established throughout the company, protecting from these hazards. In addition, task-specific PPE items are required for certain activities and when identified through risk assessments and safe work procedures. Common PPE items include high-vis clothing, safety boots, hard hats, safety glasses. These are as approved safety glasses with adequate side protection, not personal sunglasses. Where the use of PPE is mandated, it must be worn, used and maintained appropriately. All PPE must meet the relevant Australian standards and approved by EMA.
What issues have been identified? So PPE non-compliance has been noticed across the number of work sites by employees and contractors. While this is an issue, a bigger concern has also been identified. On sites where a person or people are not wearing PPE, there are a number of other workers around them letting it happen. So this obviously they're working and there's 4 or 5 other people standing watching them and they can see them not wearing their correct PPE. So if someone hasn't got their PPE on and no one says anything, it creates a culture of acceptance of that behaviour or standard and an environment where workers are not looking out after each other. And if we're letting PPE non-compliance become unacceptable, what other safety requirements are being ignored? What causes PPE non-compliance? So PPE doesn't fit. It's uncomfortable, fogs up, it's not right for the task, people forget, which is, you know, when sometimes when you wear hats, etc., you might forget where you have to put your helmet on, we've all done that, walking out the site. Risk normalisation, don't consider the risk, it's just jobs, not performing the main task, it's just going to do something, and only a small percentage of work delivery choose to not wear it, so I don't think people are going out there deliberately doing this, but we're just trying to ascertain and reiterate what's going on. So how do we fix these?
So how can you address these? So PPE doesn't fit, it's uncomfortable, fogs up, not right for the task. People forget, risk normalisation, don't consider risk. Any ideas? Speak up.
Don't wear pants, wear shorts and you're way more comfortable.
So speak up. Obviously, if you don't have the right PPE or if you see someone not wearing it, like Nat said, that it's more likely they're not intentionally not wearing it. So just remind them. We've all been in the position that you have a hard hat when you get your long and your hat. Can you start the next one, please? So
transmission, tech maintenance, they've all got bonding numbers. So they've all got bonding numbers.
Alright, so that's a good example of telling the leader about something that you might want to improve. I'm not saying we're going to do it, but we'll definitely look into it. I know there's multiple different types of articles, so again, I believe they're available. Well, hopefully having them out there visible, we'll be able to see when they're loading. Damien's going to try and pick up on that. So, again, just let us know if there's issues. We'll get some more stock up. And Cutwork bugs and cherry bugs.
They're actually, I've already been calling them, but I don't always come to this because they're using something else.
No worries. Some are coming in. What were we doing that? That was in a procedure. Yeah, it is. It's required for the cutting. Did you look into that? I looked into it. Yeah. You need to follow that up for yourself with you, mate.
We also got some of the stuff in the hotel having glasses wipes and they're also
There's a stock on another one. That just goes down in the water. No issue with that.
Anyway, if everyone's got a list of things that they think they might be suitable, write them down, come to Damien, come to myself, and then we can go about getting them ordered.
Yeah, I was going to say, probably just worth taking note of the ones that's mentioned. Yes. Like people you I believe there's plenty, we just want to get that back. We are, as they fail or whatever, replacement of those ones. So what have you got? Hard hats.
The tech main ones, they love them and they wear them and they're much.
Alright, I'll keep moving on, alright? If you do have any questions, keep them coming through. Nat's got a list of all those things. Just in case I missed something, we've got cheater gloves, wipes, glasses, shields, hard hats. Oh, what's it? Is that all the concerns so far? Cool. Alright, so other things you can do, submit a hazard report, obviously, it's a good one. Tell your HSR. What about when people forget? So, people can forget to wear PPE for a number of reasons. Distraction, lots of items to put on, the risky behaviours become normalised as part of the daily routine. So non-compliance becomes normalised. Risk normalisation is a phenomenon where risky or dangerous behaviours or practices gradually become acceptable over time. When we perform a risk-taking behaviour, such as not to wear PPE, but we don't suffer any negative consequences, like getting injured, we get a little bit more comfortable with the risk. As we repeat the risk behaviour without any negative consequences, the behaviour becomes normal practice and we accept risks that were originally not acceptable.
How can we address them all? So, others. We've got that. PPE doesn't fit, so obviously speak up if it's uncomfortable, or we've already been through that slide.
That's all right.
Yeah. Next one, Sam.
It is meant to be the isn't it?
Yeah. Which would you rather? So these are pretty graphic. This with your glasses, of your safety glasses, or a nail in the eye. So how would you feel if you saw, so nice and early if anyone said it, how would you feel if you saw your mate and you didn't have the safety glasses on but you chose not to let them know and this happened to them? So obviously very graphic, very visual, and a nail in the eye. And obviously you only get two eyes, lose one, it's going to change your life. So the next one. So grinder shatters, which would you rather? Obviously this one or this one. Anyone else anyone else shit themselves at work for, so with blades breaking, etc. So making sure that we've got guards on, we've got handles on, all that sort of stuff. We're not utilising the machine and taking protective devices off. So obviously I know it's sometimes hard with the hand, obviously having the hand thing on there, but obviously with the guard on. But if it's not fit for purpose, have a look at other options, other tools to be able to do that.
Like you're saying that, like we only buy those masks for everyone, so you're saying do that, but you can supply that.
We can supply.
Yeah, if you haven't got it.
You're saying you should already be supplied for everyone.
Well, if you go to the job, then you should have a job if they're available. Yeah. So making sure that you've got that when you go out to the job, you've got all your PPE and all your correct tools for the job. So it's about having correct preparation. Yeah. Which would you rather? Obviously this guy with the stitches in the hand, or obviously this with the gloves. We're wearing cut gloves, so obviously ensuring that you're wearing the right gloves, and everyone's mentioned about the cheetah gloves or the cut-proof gloves, and choosing the right glove for the actual task at hand. So ensuring that we're utilising that. Okay, you can read that section.
Right, so professional athletes wear PPE too. If a cricketer was about to walk to the crease without his box and his teammates noticed, would they tell him? Probably not, actually.
You've got to have a feel, haven't you?
But should they tell him? Would you want to be told if it was you? How's the workplace different? So you don't see a professional cricketer go out there without any of his PPE on. They do it naturally. What about this one? It's your shout. You wouldn't have a problem telling them, mate, it's their shout. So why can't you tell them, mate, that they've forgotten their PPE? I'm sure we've all been out with a bloke that waits for the fifth round of the season and walks out the door. You've got to let him know. Building a positive culture is about looking out for each other. So PPE is there for a reason, protect you from hazards in your work environment. If your PPE isn't right for the task, say something. If you see a workmate not wearing PPE, say something. PPE compliance shouldn't be about policing people. It should be about creating a culture where we all look out for each other because we don't want ourselves and our workmates getting hurt. So some nice slogans that we can talk to. So if you see something, say something. Don't hesitate if you want to say to a mate. The standard you walk past is the standard you accept. Just because you always did it that way doesn't make it right. If you could have prevented it, why didn't you? Safety by choice, not by chance. There are plenty of safety slogans out there. These are some that cover personal responsibility and how you can make a difference. So the key theme is that you each have responsibility for the safety of yourself and the person working next to you. Speaking up is good safety practice. What has been discussed in this toolbox doesn't just apply to PPE. If people are complacent with PPE use, what other controls are being forgotten or ignored? Telling your workmates that they haven't read the SWIMs, got a permit, tested for debt, etc. Essential for protecting each other and building culture. Speaking with your leader in HSR to raise concerns or hazards is essential for building culture. We want to work in an environment where every worker knows that the person working next to them is looking out for them. Following safety practice becomes how we do business, not something we need to force ourselves to think about. Any questions? Just, I probably should have said at the start, but it wasn't directed at distribution services itself when they say they've noticed something not wearing PPE or not complying or whatever. It was across the board. So safety and Matt Parks has been out and looked at all different groups. So it's certainly not directed at us. We do a fairly good job, fantastic job overall, I think. But just make sure we're all looking out for our mates. If we see someone not doing something quite right. No. I'll just touch on that now because that is silly and we will sort that out. Like, you guys don't need to wear your hard hats and stuff at lunch. It's just because the site folder calls for minimum PPE. So we're looking into that and how we can manage that. But yeah, no concerns with that. That was just a.
You know, on the back of our folder on Sunday.
Just you know, until we get it written on, until we got it written on our folder, just notify, put it on your folder, hand write it on there. Because then we'll just permanently have it on there for the future sake. But for people that come in from outside, mate, like I understand because I've worked with the linings before, but other people that come in and have fresh eyes don't see that. So it's just about what's perceived, and then you can say, well, it's written into our job folder. And we've got duly noted, everything's down, everything's safe, and we're having our lunch. And once we finish our lunch, we'll put our helmets back on.
We'll fix the folder so it clearly states it's not required during break if no one's working or something similar. I'm not sure exactly how that'll work. But in the meantime, you put something on your folder, but if you don't, we'll back there. It's not, you're not going to get hauled over the coals for it and all that. It's just a technicality on the folder, that's all it is. And someone's picked it up, which is fine, that's why we'll change it. Alright,
Trees on Saturday and Sunday. If anyone hasn't got earmuffs, let me know now. So it's going to be chippings and
I need a mark.
got earmuffs, I'll get plugged.
Still need the HD operator for the Sunday for the team.
and we'll get back to those guys individually. Hopefully you remember who they were with those queries, right? But if you've got any, go see HSR, see Nat, see Damien, see Renzi, see myself, see Aid, just tell someone, follow up, and do our best to provide what we can.
Everyone know who's got training this morning? So Neil, Sam, Justin, Reese, Anthony, Killaroo, Klein, 8 o'clock.
Some of those are afternoon.
Yes. Myself, Neil, I reckon. Oh, no, you're 8 a.m.
And make sure everyone's done their PPE before they leave, yeah? Otherwise you get a call from us later.
Carry on.
Jesus. Safety.